We'll call the Scottsboro Council meeting Monday, August 26th to order. The invocation given by Mr. Kinnemer and the Pledge of Allegiance given by Mr. Bailey.
Almighty God, we give you thanks and praise for your great goodness towards us. We thank you for this rain, which we've needed desperately. Be with the council as they go about the public business this evening. Lead, guide, and direct them in all that they do. These things we ask in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Phillips, will you do a roll call, please?
Mr. Richard Bailey?
Here.
Mr. Greg Mashburn?
Here.
Mr. Gary Stewart?
Here.
Mr. Mike Ashburn?
Here.
Mr. Patrick Stewart?
Here. Thank you. We'll go to the adoption of the agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Make a motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? No, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Go to approval of previous minutes from August 12, 2019. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
Make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? No, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. There is no old business, so we'll go to new business. First item is a public hearing for alcohol license for Ralph Roberts doing business as Triple R Barbecue. With that being said, this is the time and place for a public hearing. Is there anyone here against this? Is there anyone here against this? Is there anyone here for this? Ralph's in the back. Ms. Phillips, will you do the investigative report, please?
The applicant is Ralph Roberts, doing business as Triple R Barbecue. Type of license is retail beer and wine on and off premise. Location is 2940 Veterans Drive. There was one business surveyed with no objection, 3 residents surveyed with no objections. The nearest church and school footage requirements were met. License application is in order. Health, fire, and building inspections comply, and zoning verification complies.
Thank you. That'll conclude or close our public hearing on that. So that being said, do I have a motion to approve Ralph Roberts doing business as Triple R Barbecue for the alcohol license?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Passed. Congratulations, Ralph.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go to the next item. Item number 2 is a public hearing for alcohol license Susan Webb doing business as Jackson Events LLC. With that being said, this is time and place for a public hearing. Is there anyone here against this? Is there anyone here against this? Is there anyone here for this? Ms. Phillips, will you do the investigative report, please?
The applicant is Susan Webb, doing business as Jackson Events LLC. Type of license is special events retail 7 days or less. The location is the parking lot adjacent to the Kelmax building located at 134 East Peachtree Street. There were 5 businesses surveyed with no objections, 3 residents surveyed with no objections. Nearest church and school footage requirements were met. License application is in order. Health, fire, and building inspections comply, and zoning verification complies.
Thank you. Susan will put this on the next council meeting, which will be on the 9th. Okay?
The newspaper, this is the barbecue cookout.
Yes. Thank you. That concludes the public hearing. Go to item number 3. Consider the resolution transportation plan for rebuild Rebuild Alabama Act. I'm sorry.
As y'all all know, the legislature passed a law which basically increased the gasoline tax. And one of the requirements of the act is that every city and town that's going to participate have a plan in place before they receive money, which would start in September. on what they're going to do with the money. The city of Scottsboro anticipates it will receive $115,000 under this act. The city of Scottsboro's plan is to open a separate checking account and use this for roadway improvements, repairs, resurfacing, and restructuring, or for the maintenance of Snodgrass and Gant Road, and or to match any federal monies that could come.
So with that, do I have a motion to approve the transportation plan to rebuild Alabama Act?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Thank y'all for working on that. I know Whitney, you got that, and Mr. Henry looking forward to it. Any other discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Go to item number 4, consider resolution, convey property to the Commercial Development Authority Board.
Mr. Tanner Harbin, the chairman of the Commercial Development Authority, has requested of the council, and this was discussed at your last work session, that the city convey the property located on the far corner of Apple Tree in South Houston to the Commercial Development Authority of the city. If you pass this, it would then become the property of the CDA. I've gone ahead and prepared the deed just in case, and sent a copy to the mayor and to Ms. Phillips.
Thank you. So that being said, do I have a motion to convey the property to the CDA?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. So item number 5, consider Blue Cross Blue Shield renewal contract. We discussed that in our work session as well. I think everybody has it in the packet. It was a little bit of an increase. With that being said, do I have a motion to consider the Blue Cross Blue Shield renewal contract?
I'll make that motion.
A second.
Second.
Any discussion? Not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Item number 6, consider the lease agreement for the maintenance hangar at the airport. Rudder spoke in depth on this, and Mr. Kenworth, you went through that, would you like to say?
Basically, what this does, it allows the city to enter into an agreement with Martin Aviation for a maintenance hangar pursuant to the terms and conditions that Rudder and I went over at the last work session.
Thank you. So that being said, do I have a motion for the lease agreement maintenance at the airport?
I'll make that motion.
Second. Second. Discussion. If not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Go to item number 7, consider the budget amendment for the airport grant match, grant city match. And our part is $34,456. That'll come out of the sales tax.
It's my understanding, Mr. President, that basically we're dealing with a situation where the federal share of the match is $395,806. The state share of the match is $21,989. Then the cities and the EDA is also participating, which reduces our share from $44,000 down to $34,000. We're very thankful that the Economic Development Authority is participating as partners.
Absolutely.
And I'd like to thank Mr. Williams and the folks on the Airport Advisory Board for all the hard work they've done in keeping and maintaining these grants over these last 20-something years.
That being said, do I have a motion to approve the $34,456 for the budget amendment for the airport grant city match?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Just like to thank Rudder and all your team out there as well for all the hard work. Just exactly what Mr. Kenworth said. more discussion, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Go to item number 8, consider a budget amendment for Highway 72 and County Park Road project match.
It's my understanding, Mr. President, that this is for engineering, and the estimated cost are $116,600. Federal funds will be $104,940. City funds, I believe, are $11,660. Back in the second page, there's federal funds of $800, this is for construction, not engineering. Construction cost of $939,920.14. Federal funds, $845,928.13. City match of $93,992.01.
Thank you. I think the city's part of it is $105,652.
I believe that's the match.
And it'll be coming out of sales tax. So with that being said, do I have a motion to consider a budget amendment for Highway 72 and County Park Road project match of $105,652?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Go to item number 9. Consider a budget amendment for King Caldwell Park fence. We talked about that in the work session. Do I have a motion to consider a budget amendment for King Caldwell Park fence? I believe it was the $9,102.84 from Green's, correct?
Patrick, I'd like to see about tabling this one for the next meeting. Till then, I'll get out there and actually look at this fence
Okay.
and see if all the fence needs to be replaced or just there's portions.
All right, I have a motion to table this. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Now we'll vote to table this item until the next work session, would be on the 9th. Do I have any other discussion?
Could we possibly look at it to go through the budget hearing before we make a decision on that, Mr. President? What you need to do?
We can, well,
I mean, we're not gonna get it done before our Sunday
No.
anyways, and so it's one of those where.
we can look at it, but we'll just table it, and it can be brought up at another time. No specific date. So I have a motion to table the budget amendment for King Caldwell Park fence. Do I have a second? Already had a second. So we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. It's easy. All right. Go to item number 10, consider a budget amendment for engineering services for solid waste building renovation. That was for $5,200. We covered that in the SWDA meeting last week. With that being said, do I have a motion to approve $5,200 budget amendment for the engineering service for the solid waste building renovation?
I'll make that motion.
Have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? It's coming out of sales tax as well. Any other discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. I'll let Brad come up and have a seat before we go to item number 11.
Thank you.
Go to item number 11, consider a budget amendment for miling and logging invoices. This is coming out of sales tax as well. The total is $37,057.50 for the two invoices that are in your packet. So that being said, do I have a motion to approve the budget amendment for miling and logging invoices?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Item number 12, consider budget amendment for landfill equipment purchases. Had that in the SWDA meeting as well. It's in your packet. The payments are coming out of we approved, or it was a recommendation from the SWDA to approve the pay from the sanitation equipment fund. It was 3 roll-offs and 1 rear loader, correct, Stacy? All right. So that being said, do I have a motion to approve the budget amendment for landfill equipment purchases?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
I do, hold on.
Okay.
Now, we're not actually purchasing, we're gonna finance these though.
Correct.
Just wanna make sure.
Yeah. Any other discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Go to item number 13, consider resolution designating Cecil Street as a truck route. I know we've discussed this over the past few years. If you want to cover what you have on that.
This resolution basically states that the council does hereby find it appropriate in the best interest of the city to designate Cecil Street as a truck route effective immediately. This is a phase 1 of any kind of thing such as this. I would recommend that you look into a phase 2 at the next work session, which would be an ordinance prohibiting 18-wheelers in certain residential neighborhoods unless they have a special permit from the chief of police. The reason you would have a special permitting process is occasionally 18-wheelers are used to deliver moving vans and things of that nature within a neighborhood from point to point as opposed to traveling through. The streets that you would want to look at could be determined in the ordinance itself. The penalty for violation would be an offense up to $500 fine. So I think we'll look at the work session as step 2 of this process.
Thank you. So that being said, do I have a motion to designate Cecil Street as a truck route?
I'll make that motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Discussion?
By doing this, are you locking in all trucks on Cecil?
No.
I just wanna make sure that, you know,
No,
we've got a
but-
truck coming from Huntsville, it can still go down Porter Road if it's going to Los Angeles. When we get parks open back up, the truck can still turn on the park.
Right now, what this does is designates Cecil Street as a truck route.
There's already signs up that designate Cecil as a truck route. So, like Mr. Kimber said, this is phase 1. Any other discussion?
Yes, many moons ago, we suggested that we possibly would get a larger sign that would designate that left-hand turn from Maples and Lozier. The sign we have there now is hard to see, let's put it that way. But if we were to put a sign that said Maples and Lozier truck traffic, turn left in front of Piggly Wiggly coming from down Broad Street, I think it would be a lot more noticeable and they would possibly use it more.
We can recommend that to the mayor and Mr. Josh.
A much larger sign.
I agree.
Well, I got another question. I was going to bring it up in the while we bring it up now. Who is going to be responsible for it? getting the information to these trucking companies to make sure that they tell their drivers how they need to come in.
My recommendation would be to ask the mayor to deliver a copy of this resolution to the corporate entities involved in that area, and then ask the city engineer to notify the appropriate mapping agencies.
Okay. Any other discussion before we vote? If not, we'll do a roll call vote. Ms. Phillips, will you do that, please?
Mr. Richard Bailey?
No.
Mr. Greg Mashburn?
Yes.
Mr. Gary Stewart?
Yes.
Mr. Mike Ashburn?
Yes.
Mr. Patrick Stewart?
Yes. Thank you. Go to item number 14, consider a budget amendment for the Civic Center. Ms. Phillips, you want to talk about that?
The ice machine at the Civic Center quit working and we need to get a new one to replace it. The cost is gonna be $4,026 and installation should be less than $1,000. So, we've got about $2,500 in the budget to put towards this if we could get a budget amendment for the remaining $2,500.
What's the total, 4,026? Oh, it doesn't include, so. Yeah. So to consider a budget amendment for the Civic Center, take $2,500 out of their budget, and then we would pay up to $2,500 as a sale, coming out of sales tax. So no more than $2,500 budget amendment out of sales tax for us. Do I have a motion to approve that?
I'll make the motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor say aye. Opposed say no. We'll go to reports. The mayor is sick. So we'll go to the council. Mr. Bailey?
Talking with Stacy, I'd like to put on the next work session about recycling again. Hopefully get a date locked down to start back.
Okay.
And also, of course, that would be to go along with getting the building permit too. So, that's all I've got. Thank you.
Mr. Ashburn?
I don't have anything tonight, thank you.
Mr. Stewart?
Thank you all for coming. I don't have anything else.
Mr. Mashburn?
I just thank everyone for coming out, and that's all I got.
Just a couple of things that I have. There will not be a meeting next Monday in observation of Labor Day. The other thing is we will have a work session and council meeting on the 9th. And then we'll have a work session on the 16th and a council meeting on the 23rd. The first budget hearing will be on the 11th, and that'll be with you, Stacy. We'll talk about recycling too. But I know we passed the truck route on Cecil, and just like what Mr. Kennemer said earlier, it's just phase 1. I think a lot of it will be improved once we start designating these and contacting some of the businesses and letting them hopefully get with the routers or their GPS or whatever we need to do just to get them out of the residential areas. Mark Sunday's coming up. Don't forget about that. Next weekend, it's a big event. Raise a lot of money and do a lot of good. So, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'm making a motion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Adjourn.